Hello, greetings. This is Gilles Mancien. I wanted to come and say hello, wish you a good day. I hope you're enjoying this day, for it is a powerful and important time. There is all kinds of new energies that are right before us. We've just been through a very potent and powerful eclipse. It's a series of eclipses. There will be more this year. And so the eclipse is about shadows. Everything is turned into shadows. Everything is like reality is dissolving. So there's things that can come up. And so it is a time to, so the universe can reorganize certain things within our life. But certain shadows may come up during those eclipses and even afterwards. So if you have negative thoughts, negative feelings, angers, regrets, fears, don't hold on to them. No, understand the message they're bringing to you and let the waves of love and light to wash them away. For those are old beliefs, old memories, insecurities and doubts that needs to be released. Do not hold on to that. Do not judge yourself. Do not blame yourself. Do not go. Just let them go. Let them appear. Do not let them accept to pass through this experience with the faith and trust that it is just an experience that we need to pass through. Understanding that everybody has fear in some way or another, every human being. When the Ascended Master, even the Ascended Master may have some fear on some level, but everybody's got issues. Of course, they're integrated within the I Am Presence, so they're not really on that level, but every human being has fear, even if they don't show it. If God showed them some personal issues in relationship to certain things of their past, there is fear. So fear needs to be released. The first thing to disconnect from, not to disconnect from, but to remove from our heart. The love is the only thing that's acceptable within the heart. And so how do we do that? By breathing exercise, to breathe more consciously, to breathe, to repeat mantra, and I know personally I'm not completely able to live from prana, to let go of all physical food and drinks and all this, to just nourish myself from prana, from the light that is within the air, but it is there, it is a potential. My soul wants to be in alignment, in full empowerment as soon as possible. That's why I'm having really long days and long nights, and sometimes for a few months I couldn't sleep more than 2 hours a night. I'm returning to a certain balance, so it feels good. But I'm really looking forward to finding this balance again, because it's very important to transmute all that needs to be transmuted, to pay attention to what's going on inside, but to act accordingly in relationship to balancing out the outer world. It's also important to have goals and to set goals for ourselves, to know that we are here, we're not here to just be in meditation all day. We are here to achieve certain things. For being is more important than doing, for it is in beingness that we find that the truth of God, that is the I Am. But in the supreme, in the universe of time and space, we have to do intelligent effort is what will bring satisfaction. So we have to set goals, and it is when we move into this state of faith, it is important to focus on the goal rather than the way we're going to achieve that. If you want to take a vacation and you don't have the money, focus on the energy of the vacation and let God and the universe provide the means for you to go there. It's much easier than to focus on the means by which to achieve it. Although the wisdom will give us the means as well, but it's the Lord works in mysterious ways. To trust that and work with the invisible forces of the universe. The more our faith is strong, the faster things can come into our life. We have to face life and knowing that God has our back, and no matter what happens to us in this temporal life, it is just a glimpse, it is just a temporal experience. 100 years is very, very little. It's nothing in eternity. As eternal beings, we'll come to realize after this life that any one life is just a glimpse, just a passage. So let us make it good. Let us make for even 1,000 years, 1,000,000 years, 1,000,000,000 years is nothing in eternity. It's just a drop of water in the eternal self of who God is and who we are. And so it is. I'm really happy. I wanted to say that I'm really happy to see that, for instance, that on Instagram, for instance, I'm looking at all the galleries and museums. There is all kind of symbolic paintings that are being honored, all kinds of new the art that is more connected towards spirituality. So I know my hour is here. I'm going to be able to bring my art into the world. For my art is very cosmic, very new age, and it is timeless. It is, 1,000 years, there will still be. It's not like. Those things will, all those ideas, they're not connected to just the mood of the time. Of course, there is also the death culture, the skulls and the guns and the blood and all those things that are still going on in the art. But this is a passing phase. It's like the death of the art, and the renaissance will be happening. But there is more and more galleries are showing art that are turned towards like some kind of cosmic or spiritual ideas. So I feel really good about that. Also to see that many galleries are subscribing to my Instagram page. So I know it is all coming. Cultivating a new clientele, new clients coming in. I also, it is important also to find our tribe. Right now, we're gonna need to, because our tribe is been spread. It's our soul group, our soul family. But we didn't incarnate in the same countries necessarily or the same culture because we wanted to spread our knowledge and energy around the world. So we are disconnected, and we're some of our soul families are spread out around the world. And so it is important to be able to reconnect. When we connect to somebody that is part of our soul family, that is closer to us, for we are only one family, but there are some human beings that are come soul that have a deeper we have deeper connection to. Is usually people that we don't need we get along right away. There is an affinity that happens right away, and when we come together we can make miracles happen, because if we get together with people who do not believe in you, do not believe in your ability to create miracles, do not believe in miracle, they will slow down your process. If you're trying to make them work with you, they will slow down the process. So as we work as one team, we're going to be able to transform this world in a lot faster way. So it is all happening. There is this great synergy and cohesion in the plan. We have to trust that there is all kinds of, we maybe have to call to travel and to in order to make those connections, or people will travel to us in order to connect. Also wanted to say that if we have a deep desire, something deep that we want to realize, it means we have the means by which to achieve it. If we do not know the means, the universe can bring it to us in some way or some form, because God would have not give us this desire if we didn't give us also the means to achieve it. So it's about letting go and trusting, but to know that all those things, sometimes we have to let go of certain desire in order to move to higher goals, higher desires. But if it's something deep that we always wanted to do, then that's why we came here, is to realize that. For a long time, I have neglected for quite a while, for a few years, I took care of my parents, so I had to take care of that. But I neglected a little bit my physical life, and a little bit my professional life to assist the planet, assist the humanity. And a lot of the work I've done has been very meaningful, so I do not regret that. I invested a lot in this process of evolution, so I wanted to make sure unconsciously, but I know that we didn't want to. We had this possibility of self-destruction before the year 2012. There was this possibility of nuclear holocaust, but now we passed that. We avoided that, so thank God for that. And now we have moved into this new age of Aquarius. So there may be some dark and light, the dark and the black and white nature of things will still come up in society, but it's no longer it is just to be released. There is everything will be brought into harmonization. Everything that's crooked will be made straight, everything that is empty will be filled, everything that's full will be emptied. It is everything where there is a higher mind that is coordinating this whole process, but it's so vast that it's very difficult to understand what God is doing. And we do not need to understand everything. We just got to trust and move with the flow that we are given each and every day. Understanding we are one race, one people under God. That's what's been. Islam is very powerful because it teaches that. There is a lot of people that are that are Muslim that do not understand Islam. That is peace and love. For a very long time, fear was the only way to teach human to respect God and nature and life. But now we are moving into love. We are evolved. We have grown. And the veil, when the veil will fall, a lot of the superstition that I see, there is spiritual people everywhere, and all faiths are valid. But I see in Catholic religion there is a lot of pagan superstition. There is this idol worship of the Christ and the cross, and it's like I was called by a priest, and they were like trying to not convert me, but trying to say, well, there's only the love of God. No matter how you call God, it is only one love, one life, and it is within you. So no, it's not within you. It's only in the Christ. We'll pray for you so you can convert and submit yourself to this crucifix. And it's and God was saying inside of me, well, they need more my prayer than I need theirs. But of course, we forgive. It is part of their past to do that. But when the veils are gonna fall, the truth will be revealed. They will be they're gonna fall down from their high estate in many sense. They think they're so superior with their beliefs that and it's the same thing a little bit also in Judaic tradition. It's like if the, I mean, I love some of my best friends are Jewish, but it's not it's the idea that they're the chosen people of God and everybody's inferior. It's like it's and when the veils are gonna fall, they're also gonna fall from their state, and it's not gonna be very pleasant, because we all children of God, equally loved by God. God cannot love one person more than another. The love of God is infinite. For we are all divine, we are all sacred. And so this is part of the challenges that humanity will have to face in the unity consciousness, to accept, to be not, to let go of the intolerance, for have to be tolerant of all those spiritual ways. They all, sometimes, the problem is sometimes they conflict, and there is a lack of humility before God, for God is one, and we are just projection of that spirit consciousness that's evolving and growing here. So it's about being tolerant, about assisting as much as we can through good thoughts, the sort of love and unity, no matter what the beliefs of anybody else may be. Is to assist them in letting go of their prejudice and their so I'm going to pull a few cards, see what the angel would have to say. Behind me is a painting called Blue Star and Family. It's a beautiful painting from 2011, and behind over there it's called Transmutation. It is like moving beyond the stars, where all things, the world of form dissolve, like beyond the stars. There is a higher realm of that will be revealed, although our true nature is the star. We come from the star. The sun is our true nature as far as material beings. We come from the light, and we have to return to the light. The light is the only thing that we want within ourselves. We want no more darkness within ourselves, for that's what the eclipse is doing. For us is to liberate all the little shadows that may still be lingering. The highest wisdom for us today is determination, to stay focused on what is wanted. What we need to understand is hesitation. Why do we hesitate? What is the nature of our hesitation? Why do we hesitation? Maybe sometimes we have to ponder, but at some point we want to self-determine to say, oh yes, this is what we want, and we want nothing else but the highest good for ourselves and for the rest of the planet. And for humanity, what we need to do is joy, to connect to joy. Joy is not something that cannot come from external situation, although there is certain things that bring us into alignment, circumstances that everything that brings this joy to us from the outside has to be welcome. But joy cannot be depending on someone else, because if joy depends on someone, on codependency, then if the person chooses to stop, to something happens, then the joy is removed. So joy has to be something that comes from within, and it is a natural state of being. Joy is the fuel of evolution in the higher planes. And the outcome will be purification. We need to continue to purify ourselves, to purify our mind, to have good thoughts, to forgive, to let go. For also we need to have compassion for the dark souls and all the dark programming. For they have the bad role at the end of time. They are children of God. They have chosen to offer us a contrast, because without the darkness we could not discover this great light and this liberation and this freedom, no matter how bizarre it may seem. It's like they're offering a great service to the universe. All the demons were created. God allows the ghost and the demons and all the astral negative entities for the growth of the universe. And so also it is their power. Sometimes there's some dark entities that are coming. It is an opportunity for us to demonstrate our light. Because if we didn't have this contrast, we wouldn't grow as much as possible, as fast as we are here. And so if your light is strong enough, no darkness can penetrate. If you feel like oppressed by any form of darkness, is because your light is growing, and always you can always call on the Archangel Michael or the Christ or God or any higher spirits to assist you in those process. But once the light is strong enough, no darkness will ever be able to penetrate the light. And if you have a bright room, darkness cannot penetrate. Darkness is only there because there is a lack of light. And so, and fear only comes because there is a lack of love. So everything is come to be released. Everything is coming to the picture to be reviewed. So it is about the great time of. It is a great time of test in some ways, but it's also a time of salvation that is presented. So we do not want to hold on to any process or tool. Use whatever process or tool makes you feel good, makes you feel connected, as long as it's needed. As soon as you have mastered at one level, you are elevated to a new level, we have to discover new tools, new ways of doing things. Because any truth that we know, every reality is connected to truth, no matter how discorded or how limited it may be, it is part of the truth. Yet when the higher truth can come and make everything we know or believe caduc, it means at some point it means nothing, because we are elevated, so we have to change with the time, be flexible in relationship to what is being revealed within yourself, within your heart. And so it's about balancing the inner process with the outer action. Also, when I say it's important to watch television a little bit, radio, or read newspapers, or to see a little bit what's going on in the world, but not to understand there is a great deal of propaganda and manipulation in what is. So keep a distance in relationship to that. Do not let yourself be triggered into negative emotion. It is important to stay in touch with what's going on, but not to be a part of that, not to be drawn into something that could with moderation. Because a lot of it has been manipulated. Soon the media will be freed, and then from there it will be used purely for light and education and joy and love. To use the power of the circle, we've been educated to that life is linear. It's like past, present, future, but in a sense life is eternal. So as we move into a circle of light, we are always protected. We can elevate ourselves. We can elevate ourselves. The present and the past are very essential to understanding the present. The present is a synthesis between the past and the future. We want to move. We want to let go of the past and the future to move into the eternal now. But in life will always remind us that where we come from and where we're going. And so the more for the eternal now includes all the past and all the future. It is connected to all that. So, and then from there, once we accept and integrate that, we are moving into the world of serenity and lucidity, and we are able to move from the present to the presence, and life unfolds from there once we become contemplative. Also, I wanted to say that everything we do, every struggle we pass through when we work in spiritual ascension, is actually helping the whole of humanity. We are all connected. We are all one. It is like going through a jungle. We have to cut off thread. There is a lot of trees and some things that are unenjoyable, and we have to forge a way. And there's like very dense paths that we have to cut through. But once we've done that, behind us, the path has been cleared, and then other people that have not will be able to use that way they may sometimes take a branch in their face, but most of the path will be done. So everything you do is assisting the whole of humanity. So do not underestimate the work. We do not understand the significance, the meaning of all that we do, but it is great. There is a great deal of meaning and assistance to humanity in every struggle, everything we pass through. It is very important to understand the significance of what we're doing here for this planet is essential to the whole ascension of the whole galaxy. So it is and each and every one of us is very important. We are much more important than what we believe ourselves to be. We look very insignificant in the greatest whole, but it's not true. We are essential to the whole. Every part of the whole is essential to the whole. We want to cultivate this Christ consciousness, the golden light, the golden white light of the Christ, and awakening that light, that forgiveness, that love, that divine love within ourselves. And the more once this love and light will be strongly anchored enough, there will be enough people that have manifested this inner light, the second return of Christ. Then the Christ will come down in the glory of the celestial host, and will be able to realign all the misalignment of this world, for he's the planetary prince of this world. And so we are eagerly waiting for its return. He said he would, so we can count on that. When that will happen, it depends on us. For it's the same thing in the Quran. Allah says that God cannot do much until human change. It is everything that God does depend on what's going on within the human collective. Yet there is a higher intelligence, an architectural intelligence that is growing, and so just trust that, know that, and we're definitely at the time of great change and shift. So let us rejoice in this possibility of experiencing every day new level of connectivity and connection Life is always purposeful and meaningful, even though we do not always understand everything. So we have to discover divine meaning. When it discovers the sense, where the meaning are being revealed in our mind, and the value is being revealed in our heart. Eventually, we'll discover supreme meaning, supreme value, and supreme meaning, and eventually ultimate value, ultimate meaning, and eventually maybe absolute meaning, absolute values. For the highest value, the highest path is the path of joy, the path of satisfaction, the path of fulfillment, the path of self-empowerment. For we do not want to be too humble. We want to be humble. But arrogance and humility is the same thing. Arrogance wants to dominate everybody, so it is being life will oppress the arrogant person to bring it down. Somebody who's humble, simple, who does not need to dominate anybody, will be naturally elevated by life. But we do not want to be too humble. We do not want to be, because we have been given a certain deal of responsibility to utilize our knowledge and our energy to assist the world. So to be humble is good, but to be to be in your power, to not hesitate in relationship to what you are called to do. Understanding when we are happy, God is happy with us. When we are sad, God is sad for us. So let us be happy, so that we can participate in this path of creation. Yet do not judge yourself when you are sad. It is part of the process that needs to be released in order to find this joy. And every day we're moving closer to freedom and liberation. We are on the forefront of the shift. All the light workers, it's like we come back from the future in order to show humanity a new way of being. And so sometimes it takes time to come from the future. Then it's like they're confronted with ideas that are beyond them. But it is all happening. It is all. We are here for a reason, and our mission will be completed, will be fulfilled. Our destiny will be fulfilled as we continue to trust and follow the guidance. Finally, I just wanted to say that that galactics, angels, ascended master, archangels are friends and family. This first contact that will be coming when the time will come, the rest, the greater universe will be able to reconnect to this human community, and the inner earth we will find out that we're all family. We've always been family. We've always been connected through the love in the eternal aspect of ourselves. We just our mental aspect and physical aspect get to be disconnected in order to participate in this great drama of creation. So, well, I hope this message was interesting for you, and had meaning for you. The message of the day is the baby. It's about being reborn. It's about this birth where we are being birthed into a new state of being each and every day. But there is this great deal of happening. This is called the ascension, the spiritual birth that is we are preparing, we are working on. It's like the cosmic cauldron that is this cosmic soup is being boiled with potentiality, and eventually we're going to emerge as a new being, a new spiritual being. So I'm going to finish with a song. It's a beautiful song again. It goes like this. Would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? Would it be the same if I saw you in heaven? I must be strong and carry on, 'cause I know I don't belong here in heaven. Would you hold my hand if I saw you in heaven? Would you help me stand if I saw you in heaven? I'll find my way through night and day, 'cause I know I just can't stay here in heaven. Time can bring you down, time can bend your knees, time can break your heart, have you begging please, begging please. Beyond the door, there's peace I'm sure, and I know there'll be no more 'tis in heaven. Would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? Would it be the same if I saw you in heaven? I must be strong and carry on, 'cause I know I just belong here in heaven. Well, excuse me for the end. I said I don't belong. I just belong in heaven. It just came up like this because that's the only place where we belong. For heaven can be here. It's just a matter of tuning into that frequency of soul and spirit. For a very long time we were disconnected. We were in the samsara, in the dark ages, but now we're moving into the age of light. So recognize ourselves, recognize others in the light of God. We can recognize ourselves, and the more we recognize who we are truly itself, we can recognize others as well. We can recognize the divine light that shines inside the heart of every being, sometimes deep inside, but it's always there. It's never filtered for 1 second. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. Wish you a wonderful day. Thank you for everything, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.